on avoiding a government shutdown. It's a critical week here in the U.S. Capitol. This Friday at midnight, the federal government is going to shut down unless Congress acts first. The last thing the American people want to see is another unnecessary and painful government shutdown. Democrats certainly don't want to have a shutdown. And many of our Republican colleagues have likewise claimed they don't want to see one either. Even the mere act of approaching a shutdown is damaging. Last Friday, when Moody's announced they lowered the U.S. credit rating to negative, citing continued political polarization as one of its reasons, that proved to be true. The answer for avoiding a government shutdown is what I've been saying all along. Bipartisanship is necessary. I've said on multiple occasions that if we're going to work together to keep the government open, Speaker Johnson will have to avoid pushing steep cuts or poison pills that Democrats can't support. For now, I am pleased that Speaker Johnson seems to be moving in our direction by advancing a CR that does not include the highly partisan cuts that Democrats have warned against. The Speaker's proposal is far from perfect, but the most important thing is that it refrains from making steep cuts while also extending funding for defense in the second tranche of bills in February, not the first in January. Today, the House Rules Committee will take up the Speaker's bill, and that will give us the first indication of how committed Republicans are to keeping the government open. The next few days will tell all in the House, and I hope the Speaker does not buckle to the loud voices on his hard right flank to add partisan cuts as the price for keeping the government open. In divided government, extremists on one side cannot expect to dictate the agenda for the rest of Congress, especially when their views are so out of line with the majority of Congress and the majority of the American people. I hope Speaker Johnson recognizes that he will need support from Democrats in both chambers if he wants to avoid causing a shutdown. He needs to stay away from poison pills and steep hard right cuts for that to happen.
Greetings, friends. This is big news. The Biden administration is now planning to replenish the Strategic Petroleum Reserve in efforts to lower gas and energy prices for the American people. Prices at the pump are dropping to below $3 per gallon in several states. Many households will be able to get a break on heating costs this winter, thanks to new legislation. My dear friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video to hear about all of the new details. Also, every Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the $75 Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, dearest friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. According to the U.S. Energy Department, the United States plans to buy 1.2 million barrels of oil to help replenish the Strategic Petroleum Reserve after it sold off the largest amount ever last year. The department said the planned purchase for the oil is at an average price of $77.57 a barrel from two companies after 18 bids were submitted. The administration of President Biden last year conducted the largest ever sale from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve of 180 million barrels. Yahoo News says this was part of a strategy to stabilize soaring oil markets and combat high pump prices. So gasoline prices are on a downward trend, with 11 U.S. states now averaging below $3 per gallon. The steady decline comes amid falling seasonal demand and use of less expensive winter-grade gas. Drivers in the states closest to the Gulf Coast oil production and refineries are looking at an average pump price just under $3 per gallon. This includes Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, Missouri, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Texas. Gas expert Andy Lipow told Yahoo News, "These states generally have the lowest excise taxes on gasoline They are near refining centers where the gasoline is produced, cutting down on distribution costs. Meanwhile, the national average for gasoline sits at $3.36 a gallon, compared to $3.78 1 year ago. Even costly California has seen their prices decline to $5.07 per gallon. That is down 60 cents from 1 month ago. Patrick DeHaan, head of petroleum analysis at GasBuddy, said, "Gasoline demand has struggled in recent weeks, falling not only due to the seasonal nature, as Americans drive less as the weather gets colder, but it appears there may be some economic headwinds entering the equation as well." Gasoline consumption is expected to go down next year in the United States as Americans continue to work remotely, fuel efficiency improves, and inflation stays high. U.S. drivers should continue to see relief at the pump into the end of the year if the price of oil does not spike due to global turmoil, and if there is no major West Coast refinery outage. So friends, please comment below how much a gallon of gasoline is in your city. The cost of heating a home with natural gas this winter is projected to decrease. Heating with electricity is expected to remain relatively stable, but the cost of heating oil, which is relied on by residents in the nation's northeast corner, will likely rise. And chaos in Congress may complicate efforts to obtain more federal funding for heating assistance. The National Energy Assistance Directors Association applauded the Biden administration for releasing most of the existing $4 billion in heating aid to states this past month. This is at a time when heating aid applications are up by 15% to 20%, and 20 million families are behind on their payments to utilities. But advocates for low-income residents fear the funding will be inadequate. Last year, Congress provided an extra $2 billion to energy assistance aid. The U.S. Energy Information Agency this month projected that the average U.S. household heating with natural gas will pay 21% less this winter, while average costs for homes using electricity are projected to be in line with last year's costs. A group of 28 lawmakers, led by Senators Jack Reed and Lisa Murkowski, has urged the White House to increase home energy assistance funding once again this year. In Virginia, residents have until this Tuesday to send their applications in for the Energy Assistance Program in order to receive assistance to pay their heating bills as winter approaches. To be eligible, residents must have heating or cooling bills, but eligibility varies by state and is based on household size, income, and other received benefits. So it's important to check if your local government is currently providing assistance to help with monthly expenses. Well, my dearest and my greatest friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Thank you, dear friends, for being part of this community. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, every Friday I will be announcing several winners for the $75 Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, please click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Thank you, and have a wonderful and very blessed week.